Hello and welcome back to Alternative Programming. I'm Jackuwarz. In the gameplay in the background, this is Tetris 99. At long last, I get to show my master's Tetris skills. And it's during the Bowser's Fury theme events. I decided to get these gameplay at 2 a.m. So the lobbies here are extra juiced. So it's in for quite a heck of a battle here. Okay, so this episode's topic, it's the F-Zero retrospective. Last time we did Pokemon retrospective, it was 30 minutes. But I'll keep this one short at a good 15 minutes. There's only a few games that are worth mentioning from F-Zero. So my first F-Zero game would be F-Zero X. I would play this in New Jersey with the errand friend that I had there. The same one with Yoshi's Story, Smash Brothers, and the one that had the little brother delete my Donkey Kong 64 save file. Yeah, that Aaron. Well, his little brother did that. But yeah, I went over to his house. He had F-Zero X, played it for a bit. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I didn't really get too much out of it. Didn't think too much about the game. Not so much as some other games that he had, like Yoshi's Story, and big one was actually Conker's Bad Fur Day. That was the biggest, most appealing game that he had in that library. I carry it into right now, today. But I don't think the thing with F-Zero X, it's really weird how you have to unlock stuff. I'm not quite sure myself. You only have a handful of characters and machines to pick from in F-Zero X. Like Captain Falcon, Mighty Gazelle, Samurai Girl, Pico, Dr. Stewart, you know, the usual. And this will also be the case in F-Zero GX. So honestly, F-Zero X I feel like the game has kind of showed its age, you know, compared to GX. But I think for the time it was a good game. It also, there's some scrapped feature for the disk drive for the N64, where if you connect it to the system while the F-Zero X cartridge is in the game, and I think you get access to a track builder, which that was very unique. If the 64 disk drive was more successful, didn't flop, people bought more of it, then I'm sure this track builder thing would have been more widespread. And shoot, I'd like to go for some more Nintendo racing games that had track builder. I'm looking at you, Mario Kart, and really, yeah, track builder seems like it could have been the future for F-Zero, but rather than have fans create unlimited amounts of tracks for F-Zero, we could just make a new game. In 2003, I'll say that's about 5 years after the release of F-Zero X, we get F-Zero GX. My first time playing F-Zero GX, I think it was at a demo kiosk, or it could have been at a friend's house that had the Mario Kart Double Dash demo, bonus demo disc that had F-Zero GX, a playable demo of that on Mute City. And then it also had Sonic Heroes and a couple other games too that I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, it was the Mario Kart Double Dash. I think it was the pre-order demo disc. Came with some upcoming games, or games that were coming out also in 2003. So I thought immediately F-Zero GX was a major upgrade to F-Zero X with the graphics, the frame rate, and the overall performance of the game. I was just blown away by the leap in performance compared to F-Zero X. That was amazing. So I played more of it. I think later, after I played it at that friend's house, I rented it at Blockbuster. Gave it a good, thorough playing there too. Maybe it was a Hollywood Video. I don't remember renting that many GameCube games at Blockbuster Video, because that's where I normally got some big name DS and Wii games like Mario Super Sluggers, Sonic Unleashed, Pikmin, first run-throughs of that game, Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story when it was released on the original DS, and so on. back to F-Zero GX though. I didn't really delve too much into the game. I just did the Grand Prix. I didn't play the story mode. And, I don't really think too much about it. I just played as much as I can before I had to turn the game back into Blockbuster, and that was that. The years went by. I didn't play that much F-Zero. I think it would be until 2008 where I'd play another F-Zero game. It would be through Super Smash Bros. Brawl's Masterpiece section. In there you get a 5-minute, 2-minute demo of the Super Nintendo F-Zero game. That would be the last bit of F-Zero that I would get some kind of playtime with. But it wouldn't take until the Wii U where I would finally play another F-Zero game. And so I had Club Nintendo, and I was just getting a bunch of points just from redeeming the codes from every Wii game that I owned. And by accumulating all them codes and doing the surveys and I guess the reviews, which you can, you know, back then when Club Nintendo was still a thing, you didn't have to keep like informal reviews and surveys. You could just type whatever and they still get you the points. But I never did that. I was pretty honest. I gave them information, feedback, just like intended. I was a good boy. But these points that I earned, I used them to save up. I saved up the points, and then there's some redeemable games. F-Zero X for the Wii Virtual Console, that was one of them. And then I decided to use some points to buy F-Zero X myself. And if you saw in John's Let's Play, Part 1 of Return to Dreamland, yeah, F-Zero X, he took it off the channel. Yeah, the point is that was my Wii that we're Let's Playing Return to Dreamland on, and there it is. I didn't complete the whole game, I just played a little bit of it. I think I ran into the same issues I had when I first played it for the first time, and that the handling is a bit drifty. Let's just say that for lack of a better term. It wasn't as responsive as I would have liked. I say GX. I felt like you're slipping and sliding a whole lot in F-Zero X, and maybe the graphics and the controls, just I wasn't as comfortable in X as I am with GX. And so yeah, this was 2014 when I redeemed Club Nintendo points to get F-Zero X. And so that wasn't too much of it. I think I did some test recordings with like the gamepad. Like I wanted to see how far. Or you know, this is weird. I had a camcorder. I just recorded off the gamepad with F-Zero X. I think I was doing this just to test my phone's abilities to record off the gamepad for Mario Kart 8, because I was doing the Grand Prix playthrough right before that. I think that was what was going on there. I just felt like bringing that up. That felt like that was a vivid memory I had involving F-Zero. Alright, getting some interesting. So in 2018, I went on a big used game buying spree. Most of these games I got from GameStop. It was around the time where I was getting, well, a year before I got the Generation 5 Pokemon games. But in that year I also got, yeah, Star Fox Assault, a couple other games too. I guess the rest of the fleet of Star Fox games. But that's when I got some F-Zero GX. That's when I finally got my own copy of the game. I got it used online on GameStop.com, because this was well after GameStop stopped reselling used GameCube games. I think it was just back in 2011 or 12 when they discontinued that, and you can only get retro games past the Wii. You can only get that on the online. And so that's how and why I got it online. I got F-Zero GX online, and so I played a much bigger chunk of F-Zero GX than I ever did when I first played the game on Blockbuster, and whatever progress I made in F-Zero X ever. So in F-Zero GX, I have yet to touch the story mode, or the The story mode there is insane, very difficult. It'll take you lots of hours to beat one chapter. The earlier ones aren't too bad, as long as you have it on a low difficulty. Higher difficulties will take you just as long as the later levels. But oh boy, that story mode, I heard a lot of crazy things about story mode, how difficult it is. The cutscenes are cheesy, silly, just everything in a cheesy comic book story that you want in F-Zero. GX was an amazing game. It was the peak of F-Zero games, and it's a shame that to this day it's still the last console released F-Zero game, and I would very much enjoy another F-Zero game if that came out, but you know, the timing's got to be right for Nintendo, because the way that they're going to release an F-Zero game, they got to have something new. They got to have something that's going to distinguish it from the other F-Zero games, because the thing with the F-Zero games is they don't change all that much throughout each installment. Really, all that changes is graphics and frame rate and performance, and some tweaks in gameplay, but really just those three things are the only thing that change in F-Zero. And to Nintendo, you know, that's not enough change for them to relegate a sequel. So that's where we're at with F-Zero. We're kind of stuck in limbo with the franchise for almost 18 years. Well, speaking from the console side, there were a few Game Boy Advance games that did release with F-Zero's name plastered to it. In 2004, there's F-Zero Maximum Velocity and F-Zero GP Legend. Now, I have yet to play Maximum Velocity. Heard some alright things about it. But then there's GP Legend. I was able to get that game in 2020, I think. It was when I was buying a collection of GBA games after I got my GameCube Game Boy player disc. It was pricey. Maybe at around $100. It was crazy. And so I also got a Game Boy SP, and I got the Pokemon games, you know, at that time. And really, my big reason as to why I got GP Legend was because Jeremy, he was also going to get the game, and we were going to do some gameplay commentary, land play with the game. But we have yet to do that. I forgot. I don't even know if Jeremy got his copy of the game yet. Mine's just sitting there. I played it for a little bit. One thing that really is weird, at the same time annoying, is how you can hit the wall and then you start ping-ponging back and forth to the wall. So that was a very easy, overly easy thing that to do. And you shouldn't do either. But yeah, not too many games, like I said. Just F-Zero X, GX, and GP Legend. I guess I can tackle on, or I can add this bit on too. GP Legend is just like a, it's supposed to be a recreation of the Super Nintendo F-Zero games. Kind of, you take what Super Mario Kart Super Circuit did with on the GBA with Super Mario Kart. It just refined the Super Nintendo game and just put it on the GBA. That's what they're doing there. And I guess with the Donkey Kong Country games on GBA, you'd say that it kind of did that too, albeit changed the music and some minor graphics. So that's all I got for this episode of Alternative Programming. We did the F-Zero Retrospective. Next part, I think we're going to do another bundle retrospective with multiple franchises, since combined they don't take me as long as, say, this part or the one before it, Pokemon. It's gonna be, for that one, it's gonna be Earthbound, Fire Emblem, and then we're gonna throw in Paper Mario too. I think we can as well, so we can just perfect like a trifecta of RPG franchise retrospects that I can have some commentary over. So that's next time on Alternative Programming. Thank you for watching this episode of Alternative Programming. I'll catch you next time.